Hey there, coin lovers. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about coins in US coin collecting history, the 1965 Washington quarter. Did you know some of these quarters could be worth $25,000 or more? Yep, you heard that right. The 1965 Washington quarter might look like just another regular coin you use every day, but did you know some of these quarters can actually be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, it's true. Some 1965 quarters have sold for $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000. In this video, we're going to talk about the history of the 1965 Washington quarter, what makes it valuable, and how to tell if you have a rare one sitting in your pocket or coin jar. So let's get started. The Washington quarter was first made in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The front of the coin, called the obverse, shows a side profile of Washington's face. The back of the coin, or the reverse, shows an eagle with its wings spread. This design stayed the same for many years. Up until 1964, all Washington quarters were made out of 90% silver. But in 1965, something big changed. During the early 1960s, there was a coin shortage in the United States. People were saving silver coins because the price of silver was going up. This led to fewer coins being available for daily use. To solve this problem, the U.S. Mint decided to stop using silver in quarters. Starting in 1965, quarters were no longer made of silver. Instead, they were made of a mix of copper and nickel. These are called clad coins. The outer layer is a silvery-colored nickel, but the inside is copper. You can even see the copper color on the edge of modern quarters. But here's where things get interesting. During this change in 1965, the mint was still finishing up using silver blanks, which are called planchets. By mistake, a few of these silver blanks got used to make 1965 quarters. These mistake coins are very rare, and because they are made of silver even though they are dated 1965, they are now worth a lot of money. These are called transitional error coins. If you want to know if your 1965 quarter is one of these rare silver ones, there are a few simple things you can do. First, look at the edge of the coin. A normal 1965 quarter made of copper and nickel will have a brownish copper line on the edge. But if your coin has a solid silver-colored edge with no copper showing, that could be a good sign. Next, weigh the coin. A normal 1965 quarter weighs about 5.67 grams, but a silver quarter will weigh about 6.25 grams. If you have a small digital scale, you can check the weight at home. If your coin has no copper line and weighs over 6 grams, you might have a rare one. In that case, the best thing to do is to send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can confirm if your coin is truly a silver error and tell you how much it might be worth. But that's not the only way a 1965 quarter can be valuable. There are also special types of errors that make some coins rare and collectible. One common error is called an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not lined up correctly in the machine, so only part of the design gets printed. Depending on how off-center the coin is, these can be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. The more off-center, the more valuable it can be. Another rare error is called a double die. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, which causes some parts of the design to appear doubled. You can usually see this around the words like Liberty or In God We Trust. If the letters look blurry or like they are printed twice, that might be a double die coin. These can be very valuable, especially if the doubling is easy to see. There's also something called a clipped planchet error. This happens when the blank used to make the coin was cut wrong, and a part of the coin is missing. It looks like a bite was taken out of the edge of the coin. These types of errors are less common but still collectible, and depending on the size and location of the clip, these coins can be worth anywhere from $50 to a few $100s. One of the most exciting stories comes from a rare 1965 quarter that was actually struck on a silver planchet by mistake. This coin was sold at a major auction house called Heritage Auctions, and it sold for over $25,000. This coin was in near-perfect condition, graded MS67, which means it was almost flawless and looked like it had just come from the mint. Because of its silver content and high quality, collectors were willing to pay big money for it. Now, not every 1965 quarter is going to make you rich. In fact, most of them are still only worth 25 cents. But if you know what to look for and get lucky, you could find a coin that's worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The best thing you can do is always check your change. Look at the edge of the coin, check the weight if you have a scale, and look closely at the details with a magnifying glass. You never know what you might find. If you're interested in collecting coins, it's a fun hobby that doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You can start just by going through the coins you already have at home. Look through your old jars, your piggy bank, or ask friends and family if they have any old coins they don't want. You never know when a rare coin might show up. It also helps to keep your coins in good condition. Don't clean them, because cleaning can lower the value. Store them in a soft pouch or a coin holder so they don't get scratched. If you find something that looks rare or different, you can look it up online or ask for help in a coin collecting group or from a coin dealer. So, the 1965 Washington quarter might seem like an ordinary coin, but it's part of an important moment in U.S. coin history. Some of these coins were made with silver by mistake, and some have valuable errors. While most are worth just face value, a few are worth thousands. With a little bit of knowledge and a sharp eye, you could be the lucky person to find one. So don't forget to check your change, it might be hiding a hidden treasure.